Welcome to the Pool Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. I am your host, Edgar De Jesus, and yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo, along with John J.J. Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zach, the Pool Boy Nicholas. Today, we're talking about building bridges, the power of business networking. I want to welcome everyone to our live podcast, a podcast where it's all pool talk, and we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros, and yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. But before we get started today, I want to thank our visionary partners for this podcast, Ultimate Pool Tools, the SPPA, Blu-ray Excel, Aquastar Pool Products, Natural Chemistry, Raypack, Heritage Pool Supply, and Hayward Pool Products. We want to thank them for their continued support. Mr. Zacharias, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Man, hanging in there. I've been out almost all week with like a sinus headache thing, and I finally went to the doctor yesterday, and he told me his words that I'm getting old, and so I'm gonna go through this today. I might be a little slow. My brain is like throbbing right now, but I think I'm definitely coming out of it, so hopefully I'll be ready to rock and roll again next week. And I'm glad that I'm getting it out now, because as you guys know, I typically get hit during the awards. I don't know. It's like my annual thing is during the awards, I come down like super sick. So now I'm trying to get ahead of it.
It's the fear. It's the stress. It's the, it brings your immune system down. And then
could be,
it's like your system is just kind of weakening, bro. You gotta,
or I'm just getting old. Like Doc says.
Your doc says you're getting old?
Yeah, that's literally what he told me.
If you're getting old, I'm getting next to my grave.
We're in trouble.
Oh, you ready for the awards?
I am. It's kind of shocking. Like, we go through like November's coming up, yada yada yada. November's coming up, and then it's like, holy cow! Like next week, like I'm leaving town and coming up there, and then all of a sudden it's like scramble, got to get ready. I got to pick up my tux today. So I'm having it altered a little bit. I got shoes. I don't know if you got shoes.
Holy cow, I forgot all about the shoes. Where'd you get them?
Men's Warehouse.
Oh, I got to go pick up some shoes this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said something.
Got my shirt. Turned out super sweet.
Aren't they sick?
Yeah, they're legit. Yeah.
That's the way to go. 100%, John. Custom tailored shirt for $80. You can't go wrong.
No, I mean the custom shirt, and obviously the tuxes, we got a deal on them through that event, but like everything cost me as much as a tux rental would cost.
Yeah.
So,
and now you're set.
Yeah.
And now you could, if you just wanted to change it up, you could just grab the jacket and then you have the rest of the ensemble.
Yeah, I have 2 other cool jackets.
Did you get those fixed, or are they?
Yet.
Bro, at this point, you're not going to get them fixed. It's too late.
Well, I can get them tailored.
Not this quick.
No, not for the thing. No, they're not going to be ready for that.
So you're meaning to tell me that I went through that entire hoopla, and you never took those jackets to A, get fixed, or B, get the right size on the other one?
Not yet.
Do you see this, John? Do you see this? Are you
like I
freaking
said,
kidding me?
It just rolled up, and I was like,
no, not it rolled up. Not it rolled up, bro. You've had those jackets for a while. Don't roll me up.
Man,
Man, I think I'm going to take that one personal, John. Wouldn't you take that one personal, John?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Like I go out of my way, bro. You know what? I'm insulted. You're insulting me.
I will
like
get
my
them
niece
done
says,
for
you're
you.
insulting me. You know what we're going to do, John? Is we're going to mess up his jacket. We'll spill a drink or something on his jacket so he doesn't have one to change into.
Well, if it
some mustard.
Well, I mean, if it's anything like those jackets that you were putting on, I'm sure you wouldn't even be able to tell a stain was on them because they're so wild and
that's true
and crazy. So, yeah. John, how are you?
Mr. Wallace, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I don't even know what day it is today. That's how I'm doing. So, but I'm chugging along. I know it's crunch time. It's the fourth quarter where all the preparations are pretty much, we've done what we can. And next week is go time, baby. And looking forward to it. This time we're going to be away a little bit longer than we've been away. I think
a little bit.
It's like 12 days or some ridiculous
2 weeks.
Yeah. And I'm not going to pretend that doesn't freak me out a little bit. Not freak me out, but
it does.
My mind. Yeah, it does.
It does,
yeah,
bro.
Look,
you're leaving the whole shebang behind for 2. It's different when it's like 3 days and you know that you're coming back.
Oh, I mean, nothing can happen really. I mean, 3 days, what's the worst that can happen, right? The customer has to wait or something happens and, they got to wait an extra couple of days for when we fly back. But yeah, 2 weeks. A lot can happen. And, I don't, there's a lot of, we do a lot of preparation, building up to do, the awards every year. And then this year, the reason why we're there a little bit longer is obviously because we have the pre-conference. We have the Pool Nation conference that we've been, putting together for the last 3-4 years. We conceptualized it, years ago and it's finally been able to we've been in a position to where we're finally able to introduce it and to make it happen. And there's a lot of preparation that is involved in it. And but not only that, right? And I think this year I might have misstepped a little bit, and I think we're all human and it's live and learn. But and not that we weren't able to figure it out and make it happen. And people are probably a little confused here, but it's not just the preparation for the conference, all the work that's involved in doing that, the educational part of it, getting everybody all lined up, making it happen, the show, the awards, the after party. And I've said this a million times, much respect out to you, Edgar, because you take on the brunt of that for all of us. But we can't forget about the preparation it takes as a business owner to get your business prepped, right? Because look, if I didn't have my business, I wouldn't be here. I need to, if I don't have my company and if I don't have, my business doing well, then I wouldn't have the time to be able to invest in Pool Nation and doing this. So things need to work in harmony, hand in hand. And when you leave for 2 weeks, the amount of preparation that you need to do home, at home wise I think I underestimated it at the beginning, right? Because I'm used to, 3-5 days or whatever, no big deal, but 2 weeks, man, that's a long time. And it's right at crunch time where we are at our busiest right now, where everybody is coming in town. Everybody is coming down for the winter, because that's when we're live. That's our summertime for everybody else. So it has definitely been a little challenging, but again, I thrive in situations like this and I live and learn, and there'll be a little bit more preparation on our part next year. We're going to have to figure things out, but I'm happy to say that, we're ready, we're ready to do it. And I think we're good, but it definitely aged me a little bit more than I wanted to. But other than that, we're good to go.
Absolutely. We're excited. And it's here. It's like we say, it's here.
It is, man.
It is what it is. And there's a lot of prep and a lot of moving parts to it, but it's like, it is what it is. Let's roll. I'm ready to roll. I'm just in the mindset that I'm just ready to roll. Let's go. And if anything comes up, we'll deal with it and we'll kind of manage it, through that process. So excited about the awards. I talked about it on the Instagram live. I need John's skills when it comes to math, because I did the math and forgot. I don't know how I kept, freaking 80 people off the list. So we had like 500 people, and then I cleaned it up, and I think we came down to like 480. And then I figured you'll have some people that won't be able to show up or whatever. I'm like, yeah, we'll be at like 460. And then I've gotten already emails from like 8 people going, please, please, please let us in. And I'm like, oh my God. How do you tell people no?
Let's wrap our heads around this. We're talking 500 people that are going to be at the, and we're still a week out, before the awards. And there's going to be more people that are going to want to come.
Yeah.
That is just bonkers, man.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I need to double check. I need to even double check our list, because I was asking Zach yesterday. I'm like, Zach, crap, do you have the names of your peeps? Because I don't think I have them on the list. So
standing room only. We're gonna be in the corner. That's fine. I'll have the kids and Janie and everybody will be in the corner.
Yeah.
Or we'll get them chairs right up on the side of the stage right there. You know what I mean? They can just sit up there. That'll be real comfortable for them, right?
We'll have them backstage. We'll put a table
perfect.
Backstage where they can sit over there. So.
Perfect.
Anyways, but voting closed last Wednesday. So really kind of excited about that. I tried to tell John and Zach who the winners were, but they keep doing the same thing that they do every year. Nope, I want the surprise. So anyways,
well, it's plausible deniability. It's that. So when people call, it's like, truly, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I choose not to know. I don't want to know. I find out when everybody else finds out. And that's the only way we should do it.
He tried to ask me yesterday, and before he even finished his sentence, I was like, nope.
You're like, nope. Yeah. Now, the funny thing is I'll find out who the winners are probably next Monday or Tuesday.
Because you have to print the cards.
I got it. Yeah. So they go over, and then what happens is we have to, double check all the spelling for the names and stuff like that. And so at that point, I'll figure it out. But I kind of try to wait off as much as I can, because I'd like to be surprised just like everybody else. I'm one of those people that if I get a gift for Christmas, it's going to sit under the Christmas tree until Christmas morning. Like I don't want to do it until then. And it always drove my kids crazy. They're like, come on. I'm like, nope, Christmas is on that day and you got to wait and you find out when you open it. So it'll be the same thing.
Yeah. I'm the worst when I get a Christmas gift for like Janie or something like that.
You give it to her?
Oh, I can't wait. You know what I mean? I can't usually, but I always have other ones that are like, you know what I mean, that she doesn't know about, that'll be there, but there's always one or something.
You do that to her? You do the old, like, all the presents are gone and be like,
oh yeah,
wait, I think there's one more over here.
Yeah, right. And then the lights come down, the music starts, boom, 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 and I quick change into my uniform.
It's a weird present, bro.
He's always giving junk away, bro. Like, come on, man, step it up.
Oh,
so, hey, anyways, big shout out over here to Lindsey Brown. Big shout out to you out there, Lindsay Sharp. Can't wait to meet everybody in Dallas. I got to reach out to you today. I got your text. A big shout out to you, Jeanette. Good morning. Big shout out to you out there. Hope everybody is doing great. Couple things. Obviously, we talked a little bit about the awards, but the Pool Nation Conference is November 9th, 10th, and 11th over at the Dallas Convention Center. We have 4 different tracks. We're doing technical, business, hands-on, and retail. We're really excited to be able to get out there and meet everybody. If you haven't registered and you want to go, you can go to the PSP Expo site. And as you go through their registration, you will be able to find the Pool Nation education. So just to let you know, as you go through the PSP Expo registration, there's a couple of pages that they ask you at the beginning. So they'll ask, like business name and how many employees and all that kind of stuff. So you'll answer those. And I think on page 3, then all the education comes up. You'll be able to see the Pool Nation tracks, and you can kind of pick the one that you want to take The other thing that we want to talk about is on the 11th is we have the Heritage Pool Pro Appreciation event. We're really excited about that. We have some people that are going to be there, some vendors. It's more of a hands-on experience. So come over ready to be able to play with heaters, pumps, automation, all that kind of fun stuff. And we are going to have the Pool Nation Business Bar. And really, it's tailored after the Apple Bar, where you show up, you kind of bring your Apple phone and you kind of go, hey, I have a problem. I don't know how to fix this. And they sit down with you and they help you fix it. Well, it's the same thing, but for business. We're going to have a lot of pool pros there. We're going to have people to be able to talk about scaling, HR, branding and marketing, financials, retirement, you name it, it's going to be there. And literally all you have to do is come up, pull up a chair, sit down, ask away any of those business questions, and they will be able to kind of help you through that process right there. It's the first time we're doing it. It's something new. We're excited about it. We're excited to see how it works. It might be great. It might be a flop. And if it's a flop, it's a flop and it goes away. If it's a hit, then boys, we keep it. So anyways, we're really excited about that. And as I mentioned, the Pool Nation Awards are sold out. We are going to be doing the awards on the night of the 13th. We start at 6:00 in the evening. And then after the awards, we go to the Hassa Pool Nation after party. And that's going to be at the historic downtown Union Station, which is just a little walk away. And we're going to party from 10 to 1 o'clock in the morning. So looking forward to that. We are going to have a jazz band. We are going to have the cigar room. Thanks to Pool Brain. They sponsored the cigar room. So big shout out to them out there. Big shout out to Aquastar for sponsoring the band as well for the jazz. And big, huge thanks to Hassa for sponsoring the Hassa Pool Nation Awards after party. So big shout out to all those. And before we continue, guys, and we jump into today's topic, I want to thank all of the sponsors this year for the Pool Nation Awards. Big shout out to Heritage, Biolab, Hassa, Blu-ray, Hayward Pool Products, the SPPA, Solenis, Tech Vector Media Group, Lamont, IPS Controllers, Raypack, Aquastar Natural Chemistry, Ultimate Pool Tools, Pool Pro Magazine. Wow, I feel like I'm out of breath and we haven't finished. The PSB Expo, Revved Up Apparel, San Diego chapter of the PHTA, and Terra Manufacturing. Big, huge shout out to all you guys. Pool Brain as well. Yep. Big shout out to all you guys for sponsoring the Pool Nation Awards.
How cool is that?
That's 20.
Yeah,
that's 20, right?
That stepped up.
That's 20. That's absolutely
in
insane.
Support of the pool pros. I mean, I love it.
Yep. So we're excited about the Pool Nation Awards. For all of those of you that have registered and are going, we're looking forward to it. We were John, Zach, and I were working on the message that we're going to deliver. Obviously, every year at the Pool Nation Awards, we talk about what we're going to roll out for the next year. This year is going to be no different. We're going to talk about that, what we got going on for 2025. And it's going to be something that we've been working on for a very long time. And we're excited to be able to share that at the awards. We are going to stream it live. So it'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the channels. The team over from the podcast studio are going to come over and stream that for us live so that it's on all the channels. So really looking forward to that. And boys, did I miss anything? Forget anything?
No,
we got it covered.
I think we got it covered. And
I just want to encourage everyone, like the Pool Pro Appreciation Heritage event is like, I hope no one's like overlooking that, because these are the times that you get, and like many times throughout the years when I've gotten an opportunity to talk to someone that has accomplished a lot as a business professional with their company, and they've done things like I mean, you know how I am. Like when we went to gold medal, I'm just like walking around like and asking all these questions, and I'm talking to the COO and talking to Josh, and it's like, when am I going to ever get an opportunity like that again? And I was able to ask them a lot of questions, get their thoughts on a lot of things. And immediately when I got back here, I was able to start like, either it validated my thoughts on doing some things a certain way, or it gave me a better idea of how to do things a certain way. And I immediately came back and I'm implementing these changes. And so take that this is the opportunity to be able to do exactly that. And I know a lot of people have questions on this stuff, because I get those calls and people asking me what I think or how I would do it, or they're going to try this. And it's like, here's the opportunity to get those answers.
Yeah, look, Zach, and I mean, and again, I want to just add a little something to that, and I think this is a perfect segue. And I want to stress too how important this event is, and how valuable it can be for anybody that wants to attend. It's completely free. You guys can show up and you guys can go to it. What we ask, and I want you to know, and for those of you that have followed us and know what we're about, and and the message we're trying to convey and what we believe in, is that this is a safe place, right? This is something that we want. It's hard as business owners or individuals or entrepreneurs, or however you want to put it, to check your pride sometimes at the door, and and feel like, or you might feel like you're uncomfortable asking these questions, or it might make somebody think that you might not, you don't know what you're doing or whatever. But we all, it doesn't matter how long you've been in this industry. I mean, I'm learning every single day, and I plan on being there myself. And I know with Zach and Edgar too, intermingling and talking and learning from someone else with a different perspective, or who has traveled a road that we haven't quite gotten to yet, right? Or crossed a road that we haven't crossed yet. And I can't tell you how invaluable it is to be able to build these relationships, or to get information from somebody who is truly there to help you, right? And you don't have to worry about, being guided in the wrong direction, or any of your prior fears that you might have from past experiences. This is truly a place that is solely being built and offered for anybody who has any questions to do anything with the pool industry, whether it comes with humans, business, numbers, anything, whatever you want. It's all going to be there. And if at worst, you can make some contacts to when, if you're not quite prepared to have an open conversation in that type of forum, or maybe you can build a relationship. And I think it's a perfect segue to our podcast today and what we're going to talk about, which is networking, right? And this is the ideal event where can hopefully, some of you that might be a little gun shy, can push you a little bit outside your comfort zone, to where you can meet and greet and see some of your fellow professionals in the industry, that we either see on social media or see their trucks driving around, but never had the opportunity to meet the man or the woman behind the company, or their employees. We're as a community and as an industry, we're much better together, right? We're much stronger. And the quicker we figure that out, the better we'll be as a whole. So I encourage anybody who's in Dallas, in that area, to join us at this at the appreciation event, because it's something that it's the first time we've ever done it, and we like to do these things because this is the feedback that we've gotten from you guys, from our family, from our Pool Nation family, and everybody that we've spoken to. So Heritage was kind enough to partner with us and put this on for you guys. So based on how it goes and how it is, if it's a success like we hope it is, then this will be something that will continue on year over year. So I look forward to seeing everybody there. And Zach, thanks for bringing that up. I think it's really important for people to not think it's just a place to go and have food or drinks or whatever in the hell they're going to do. You know what I mean? And it be like a normal get together. This is a place where you actually learn, brainstorm, build bridges and network and meet people of like mind or of different minds, so you can learn different perspectives and better yourself as an individual and as a business.
Agree 100%. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys out there. John, I kind of gave a little.
I saw that. Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Those are cool, by the way. I do want to give a big shout out to Sabrina Long out here with American Spa and Pool. Believe it or not, as we're on here, I got a little message right there through the website, and she is sending her team over to the Pool Nation conference over for some of the hands-on training, some of the business classes. So Sabrina, big, huge shout out to you. Looking forward to meeting you over at the PSP Expo. So Ken Howard is asking, Edgar, what is that right there? John, this is your baby. Should we tell them or should we make them wait?
No, that's cool. I mean, everybody. I mean, it is what it is. We're sold out already. So, and then, so we figure, how everybody gets together, and since we have a whole bunch of people there, right? And we like to give away
trinkets.
little trinkets and little gifts and stuff, and the normal stuff that we usually get. Some of it's really cool, and some of it we still have. I know Janie, we have like a little armoire or like a little display case, and she has like her Legos in there, and then she has all like the little cool things that we've gotten over the years, like the little Hasa chlorine things, and like the Jandy used to do. I remember they had their manual on a little zip drive that was like a JXI heater. I don't know if you guys ever had that before, but like little trinkets like that over the years, right? You know what I mean? And then like the toolkits or the little tools that we get from like the Pentair University when we go to them and the trainings and all that stuff, we collect them. And that's the cool stuff, that I think is different than some of the norms, and everybody can do t-shirts and, can do, the normal giveaways, but we like to always kind of think outside the box and do something a little different. And we decided that we were going to get a couple cool little giveaways. Edgar, you came up with that other one. I don't know if you want to show it, but I thought it's really cool. And
that one came out good, huh?
Yeah. Well, the video doesn't know justice because it's almost in 2D, but the way it looks and the way it feels is really neat, right?
Yeah, and you have to go to the awards in order to be able to get these. But I don't think I've shown this to Zach because he's been kind of sick.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But check this out. Wait, let me see.
I saw in the
Yeah. So we kind of have these keychains.
I just want to make sure I get some of this stuff.
I know.
And it is
it's like embossed or whatever.
I can't even figure out how to. It's really cool. They're 3D. So all the part that Pool Nation, for some reason, it's not focusing on it. The part that says Pool Nation and the PN and the Nation of Pool Pros, it's all 3D. So it came out. Really cool. Let me see if
it's functional and something that you need to use as pool pros, right? When we're in the backyard, or we're servicing routes and our technicians or ourselves, we need to have a keychain. We need to hold our keys, and that's kind of perfect, right? It's practical, it's functional, and I think it's they're going to enjoy it. That fan, though, that LED fan, I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because we're all going to be in a dark setting, right? And when you go to a concert, everybody, they'll get their lighters out and kind of go like this or whatever. All right. Well, maybe we'll do like a little rock star type thing or whatever. But instead, we're going to have these fans there, which light up Pool Nation, and then everybody can turn them on. And I'm sure the noise is going to be pretty it's gonna be pretty loud,
like
having
drones are
exactly right.
Yeah,
but I thought it'd be cool at the awards.
We didn't think about that
at the after party as well. Everybody having that, and the pictures and videos that everybody's going to be able to take with those is going to be pretty neat. I think it'll be memorable.
So when John's up there, guys, put your fans up.
Everybody put your fans up.
Yeah.
Now I do have one question. Does everybody know what this is for?
Keychain, that's a little thing to hold it, right? What is that?
So we don't advocate for turning on pool. We do not advocate
you mean for water?
Yeah. We do not advocate filling up water, right? We don't advocate that at all, but we know that there's always that once in a while, do not do it, right? Do not do it. But there's a little clip you can put it on the water thing, and then
on the spigot, right?
And then you gotta
can't leave
there. Yep, you can't leave. So anyways, gentlemen, we've been talking here already for 28 minutes. We haven't jumped in. Let's do this. Let's jump on and start with our first question. We'll answer one of the questions, take a quick break, and then come back. We do need to keep this podcast today at about an hour because the amount of stuff that we have going on for the awards and all that, and for the not the after party, for the conference is a lot. So So today we want to talk about one of the big key things, and that is the power of networking. And we talked on Wednesday to Michael from First Response, which was, awesome. He did a great job at his branding. He did a great job at getting out of his comfort zone and getting out there and, networking within the industry. We know that he obviously had a really bad accident in 2022, I think it was, and broke both of his ankles. Really not in a situation where the doctors were telling him that he could keep doing what it was that he's doing and on his feet all the time. So, all his networking and all his connections and all that kind of stuff, he actually landed as a brand manager for Aquastar. So we talked about him. We talked with him on the Instagram Live and talked about the importance of networking. And once us three were talking, we're like, we need to talk about that. So what I want to do, guys, is something that we haven't done in a little while. I think I'm going to throw some questions out at you guys. And what I want to do is kind of get your thoughts on one of these and, kind of talk about it, because networking is huge. So I'm going to throw out a question for you guys. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for sure.
Zach doesn't look like he's ready. He didn't even answer. He's just like, oh no, Edgar's going to ask me a question. Right. All right. Can you guys share how networking has gone beyond just meeting people for you? Kind of in what ways has it helped you, build genuine, lasting relationships? Because we talk about networking, right? And we all know, I say it all the time. I know you're going to get sick of it. I hate the word networking, but it's like creating your own community, creating your own tribe, creating your own group of people that are going to have your back. So can you guys share?
Yeah, I'll go first. This one, I mean, I have the perfect example for it. And I want to talk about Pool Nation and my experience with Pool Nation, because before I actually met you guys, like I was here in League City, kind of in my own bubble. As you know, I tend to be more introverted. So like I knew a couple of the local people, but it wasn't anything where like I was actively going out and building relationships and things like that. And so it all started one night. Like I literally got home from work and I'm kind of laying up on the couch and I get this notification that says Pool Nation going live. And I was like, who is Pool Nation? I didn't even know we followed each other or whatever. And I went on there and I was watching, and I don't like to like speak out a lot or anything like that, but the comments were going and people were saying things. So I started chiming in and kind of, and answering some questions, asking some questions. And Edgar, you called me, reached out to me afterwards, and we started talking, and then the rest is history. And so, I mean, from my experience with you guys and Pool Nation, like, what has it done to help build my business, help build me as a person? Like, it has done, like, it changed my life, And you talk about Michael, like, I would have never met Michael. And the last time we went to California, I'm like driving through Simi Valley with my guy Nick and at a gas station, and I took a picture and sent it to Michael, and he's like, "Oh, I'm right down the street," and like whips in and we're hanging out and talking. And it's like, if you just really think about that, like I just flew from Texas and I'm driving up to wherever we were going, and to the Ray Pack thing, and it's like, oh, let me hit up Michael, and outside of that, it's just all these people I've gotten to meet, all these different business owners, ask questions, learn about them, how they're doing it, get ideas, share ideas. It's just been a tremendous thing. I mean, talk about the awards. Like I would have never, ever in my life been on a stage. And here I am, still scared of it, but
but not as scared.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, it literally, if you think about that, like that one evening, and like, what if I had been like mowing the yard or something and hadn't have caught that? Like, could be a completely different 4 years for me, just random. So I think it's very powerful.
John.
Yeah. I can probably talk about this for maybe 5 hours straight, on how it's impacted my life. And I'm going to try to sum it up. And a lot of it is echoing what Zach said, but I'll take it a little bit more to the extreme on my part. And I know Zach feels the same way as well, because him and I share the same either character flaw or quality. I don't know, however you want to put it. Sometimes it's a quality, sometimes it's a flaw, but I've learned to embrace it and to work on it. As I am, and I've said it a million times, I am a 1000% introvert. I am not a people person. So, and you can chalk it up to life experiences growing up, the way I was, or however it may be, or whatever, but for me, I've always been very self-sufficient, and I've learned that in order to get anything done, you have to do it yourself. And as I got older, or as I get older, and I become more wiser, I find out that that is not always the case and shouldn't have to be, right? And it's completely changed. Look, so if anybody who knows me, I've had my life pretty planned out, right? And I'm a little bit of a control freak when it comes down to how things are. As being somebody who's as guarded as I've been throughout my life, I you can call it micromanage, you can call it whatever you want, but I'm very meticulous and very thoughtful in everything and anything that I do. And I have goals and plans and things that I expect myself and my family to be in a certain position, in X number of years, or through X number of processes, or through decisions that I make, or whatever it may be. That plan has completely changed when I met you guys, and it changed my my perspective, one, on the industry, right? Because it's no secret. I talked about it at the very beginning. When I got into this industry, it was very, at least in my area and what I perceived, right? Now, this by no means means everybody went through this, right? But, as human beings, I say this, perception is reality, right? And this is what I perceived, and this is what I went through in my market was, there was no such thing as friendships, really. If you weren't in, you're an outsider, right? Nobody wanted to help anybody out. I was frustrated because I fell in love with what I was doing, and the possibilities that being in the pool industry and owning my own company could bring me. But it was very hard to grow or to learn. And through my frustration, and through many battle scars and falling and tripping on my face 100 times, I learned everything that I've done in the industry pretty much on my own at the beginning, right? And up until I met Edgar and Zach, and we had conversations, right? And this was all by just chance. I mean, it just happened, right? The universe aligned, or however it worked, but it is what it is. And I was at first a little guarded when Edgar and I had the conversation at the very beginning on going live and doing this and doing that, right? But I had a conversation with Janie, and I told myself too, and I go, look, I'm becoming what I despise, or I'm the hypocrite if I don't do something, right? Because the purpose of this is to help others in the situation that we were in, or that I was in. And who am I to stand on my soapbox or my pedestal or whatever and say, I have an opportunity to be able to help somebody else that was struggling, right? Growing up in the industry or starting the industry, whether you've been there for 30, 40 or whatever it may be, and these were and if I don't do something about it, then I'm no good. I'm just as good as the people that I despised before, that I was frustrated with, and that I hate's a strong word. I didn't hate them, but I just didn't understand them, right? And it just frustrated the shit out of me that we were that type of that I was in that type of environment. So, I sucked it up, and I put my pride aside, like I was talking about earlier in the podcast. And I said, no, look, this is, you can't, don't tell me it, show me it. Right. And, and that's what my dad always would tell me. I don't want to hear it. I want to see it from you. Right. So if you're going to talk about this and do it, don't show me, because you can put together a good sentence, or you can convince me you're a great salesman and all that. But if you don't deliver on it, then it's worth nothing. Right. So that was the inner battle that I had, and I I decided to do it, right, and here we are, and to be honest, I think it's been one hell of a ride so far. And the beautiful thing about it is I don't see it ending anytime soon, and I don't want it to end. Right? I think we've built something pretty amazing, and not just the community that we have, which I adore and I appreciate, but me as a person, I've been able to just grow so much more in these past 4 years than I have in almost my whole life, and that just means personality wise, right? And to know that not everybody's an asshole, or not everybody is, a bad person or selfish and in for themselves, and that has been my past experience with a lot of people, where they're just, it's like, God, man, you want to help somebody, and and you want to do something, and then you do it, and then they bite you. I mean, they'll literally just stab you in the back, and that has been my experience throughout life. And I've always had very limited friendships, right? I wasn't very trusting, and yeah, it saved me probably from getting burned multiple times, but it robbed me of being able to build good quality relationships with people now that I consider my great friends, or very good friends, or best friends. And when I say that, I mean it. I can count on probably 1.5 hands how many people that I truly call, my like good friends, and you two are one of them, are on that list, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. Edgar, we talked about this a million times, where this whole Pool Nation thing could burn down tomorrow. We did this for there was a good reason behind it, and we're trying our best to make better of the world we live in. And this might sound grandiose or whatever it may be, but it's a small portion, or it's something, an impact in an industry, that I chose to be in, and that I'm going to be in for the rest of my life, So, if it doesn't work out, and let's say 3 years from now or tomorrow, it all goes kapoots, I wouldn't regret 1 second of it, because, like I said, I have matured and grown immensely as a person these past 4+ years, and I look forward to it. All the extra work, all the the frustrations, doing what we're doing, trying to make it happen while still simultaneously having a life and running a business and raising 4 children, right, and traveling back and forth and all that. To me, it is more than worth it, right, for me personally. And I think it's grown me as an individual tremendously. So, and long story short, networking.
Yeah, and that's what my point was going to be right now is you kind of get to that, but it's all because of the networking, right? It's all about taking the chance of kind of going, whether somebody reaches out to you or you reach out to them, that you say, yeah, let's do it, right? But it's also getting out of the comfort zone. And so people look at you, John, and a lot of people aren't going to buy that you're an introvert, right? Like, a lot of people are going to be like, BS, that you're not an introvert. But it does take courage at any level, right? You guys always joke around with me that I'm like, just major extrovert, right? And to a certain extent, I'm comfortable with certain situations, but I'm very uncomfortable in other situations. I don't think anybody is comfortable in certain situations. And I'll give you a perfect example. When we go to the Pool Nation Awards, or we go to the Women's Summit, it's easy for me to get into that room and talk to people, because I know that the people are there. most of those people are going to know who we are, right? So it's very easy for me to walk up to those person and introduce myself and do all that. Roll back to what, last week, Zach, when we have to go into, we got to go into the pool distributors, and it's not comfortable. It's not easy to just walk up to some stranger and be like, hey, I'm Edgar with Pool Nation and we're doing this education. And that's just not easy. And I don't think that's in human nature, something that's supposed to be easy. But sometimes, hold on. My dog's lost it there. So the big thing is, it's not something easy to do, but think about the things that the networking provides. And for us, it's the perfect example. We reached out, we connected, and look at what we've been able to do because of that networking, because we took that chance, because we got out of that comfort zone. And even when we started the podcast, man, I remember, we were going to start the podcast and, my stomach would turn, right? The nerves were there, and because it's just not. And the only way that you're going to get better at it is kind of like Zach and I talk about all the time. You have to flex that muscle. You have to exercise that muscle. And the more that you exercise that muscle, the easier it's going to be. But if you want to succeed in life, you're going to need to understand that the networking is going to be a key to your success. So you really need to kind of get out of that comfort zone and understand that you're going to have to go to some of these events. You're going to have to go to some of these where you don't know anybody, like Michael. Michael went to the first boot camp and didn't know any of us, right? He had talked to us at the Western show, but he just walked by the booth. He talked. He didn't know us. He didn't have a relationship. He gets on the plane, goes all the way out to the pool boys for the first boot camp. And that's the first time that we were really able to spend some time with him and talking, and we had seen him on social media, but he talks about how uncomfortable it was. He spent all those days by himself, right? But through that relationship, he was able to meet Todd, right? They were able to kind of create a relationship and look at the doors that it opened up for them today.
I was once told, I don't know where from, but it's all about who you know. Like, that's kind of an extreme statement, but I think there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, it doesn't dismiss hard work and perseverance and all of that, but it's just, I guess the point is that you could be standing at the branch of your distributor and strike up a conversation with someone waiting in line with you. And next thing that leads to they're a builder feeding you, 20 startups a month, and it, or whatever. I mean, you're making a relationship with one of your vendor reps, and it leads into you someday getting a great job with them, whatever it is. But as I think there's a lot of truth to that statement, a lot of it is who you know. And I think the thing is, you never know when it's going to happen. And I have this saying, I don't know, maybe I heard it somewhere, but like, don't wait for opportunity, prepare for opportunity. And that's how I kind of try to live my life.
Look, Zach, and you bring up a good point, and it definitely helps, right? Who you know, and again, this is something I struggle with, and I know we struggle with this as well too. I know a lot of people in the pool industry, right? And I know a lot of people in life that I've either helped or that I've worked with or I've interacted with, and but that doesn't necessarily always, like myself, I find it very hard to ever call and ask, right, for a favor and stuff like that. That's just not just in my DNA and who I am. But it's always nice to know that if you're ever in a bind or in a pinch and you need somebody, let alone just even be advice, right? Now, we're not talking about money we're talking about like, hey, I need somebody I can bounce an idea off of, so that maybe I can eliminate some headaches or
not have to recreate the wheel.
Exactly. Exactly why. If you remember, I talk about strength-based organization, things you're not good at, right? Get other people that are good at it to be able to help do it for you or do it with you, and then build yourself on that. That's the same thing, but on a personal level, right? And when it comes down to, the other point I want to really put out, and I think is one thing that not a lot of people talk about when it comes down to networking, but the importance about it, right? Look, networking is only good, right? Only helps everybody when you're not the piece of shit, right? You know what I mean? And now maybe I'm coming off a little strong there, but you know, it's important that when you build relationships, right, that you are a man of your word, right, that you are a woman of your word, that you have some values, right, and that you are equally, right, as important, or how do you put it, that you are equally as willing to help others as they're willing to help you, right? This is a two-way street and not a one-way street. And when you have too much of the give take situation with anybody or anything, that stuff gets old, right? And then that's, I think, where a lot of people fall victim of, or they become jaded or calloused. So it all comes down to like the golden rule, you know, everybody. But it's very important with networking is that you're a man of your word, and you are a decent human being as well.
You can't be a taker, like you say. You can't be just a take, because then the other person's going to burn out pretty quick, right?
Yep.
But that power of networking, man, it's going to open up doors. And look, we talk about it all the time. A lot of our successes has been because of that networking and those relationships that we built, right? And that's key. But you know, like Michael's saying, you have to be the go-getter, right? You have to. There's the other side of the coin, that you have to be a go-getter, and you have to get out there, and you have to do, and you have to, you know, be able to get your part done. And then Don from Revved Up Apparel over here, big shout out to him out here, is, you know,
it's who knows you.
It's who knows you, right? And there's been a lot of opportunities where, you know, we've had relationships, and all of a sudden those people kind of come up with an idea or have an opportunity, and because of the networking and because of the relationship, they pick up the phone and they go, hey, you know, here's what we'd like to do. Here's an idea. How can we work together, right? And a lot of times when that happens, it opens doors for both of you, you know? So, which, by the way, now that Don's on here, forgot to talk about the prizes for the Pool Guy and Pool Girl of the Year, which are legit. So this year, everybody getting, not everybody. Wow. I better watch.
We talk about imploding, right? And Pool Nation done tomorrow, right? We just gave away $1 million worth of.
To all of our sponsors, including Don on here, bro. I just saved you because I was going to give away your business. For the winner of the Pool Guy and Pool Girl of the Year at the Pool Nation Awards, they will both receive a S3 salt system that includes their automation part to it. They have a Raypak Avia heater. They have a
Aquastar.
Thank you. Aquastar pump filter ozone. Revved Up is doing $500 worth of uniform apparel out there. And our boy Ken created this year's ultimate poll, and I'm kind of mad at him. And I know you're probably on here, but yes, I am mad at you, Ken, because he only created literally 2 polls this year, and I wanted one for my collection.
I know, I have all mine.
John, it's shiny.
Display.
Like you turn it and it like sparkles. And I said, bro, I want one of those for my thing. And he's like, nope, I only did 2 this year. The only way that you can get it is if you're nominated and you win. And if that doesn't happen, you're not getting it. So I think I'm going to kind of take that one personal a little bit. So.
No, I think Mama's going to be. Mama doesn't get mad at anybody. I think she's going to be mad at Ken.
Mad at Ken. Yeah, absolutely. So Ken, prepare, my friend, because there's going to be a lot of angry people out there. So, anyways, gentlemen. Believe it or not, we've been talking for an hour.
This was so good already.
I want to keep the podcast going. The challenge is I got a lot of things that I got to get done before I can get, and I don't want the people at the awards or the people at the conference to be able to suffer because I didn't do anything. And look, I got a couple messages on there that I got to return for people. There's a company from Colorado calling me going, we want to send our techs out to Dallas. for the conference. Can you give us
Yeah.
a call? We just kind of want to go through some of the stuff. So I got to make some calls, get them going. So let's do this. Let's take our final word from our sponsors when we come back. Zach, John, want to get your final thoughts?
The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add reoccurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at blu-rayxl.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC. The next evolution in lighting is here. Universal Color Logic 2.0 from Hayward. The latest in pool and spa lighting was designed with you in mind, making installation a breeze. Upgrades include a detachable cord and first-of-a-kind adjustable lower catch to overcome variations in plaster thickness. As always, Universal Color Logic lights retrofit into virtually any in-ground pool or spa while delivering industry-leading, vibrant color. Visit hayward.com to discover more.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. We're talking to Zach. We're talking to John. We're talking about the importance and the power of networking. So, boys, I have to tell you, we're going to have to do a podcast next week offline because we are going to be slam getting ready for the Pool Nation Awards. So we'll have to have that so that we could post that.
Yeah, I'll be driving on Friday,
and
so
we getting that going. So you coming up on Friday?
yeah.
What time are you gonna be up here? Better be up here early, bro. We got to do all the setups on Friday.
We'll probably leave early.
Oh,
You know how I
crack of
do.
dawn. See, here's the problem. Like if I was to say, "Oh, Zach's coming up early," I'm like, I already have the expectation that you'll be on the road 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You won't sweat it. You'll get up, boom, hit the road, and be gone. But bro, you got the wife coming, you got the mom coming, you got the daughter coming. Them getting up that early in the morning, bro, that's rough.
I'll just throw them in the car and roll out, and they can sleep.
You know what we should do? This is something completely different, right?
No, you're right. It'll probably be later.
Look, we should have like funny emails or funny text. I'm sitting here during the break responding, and I'm cracking up, and I'm trying to be nice, right? And not. I've shared with you guys some emails or some text messages I've gotten from customers, right? And then I screenshot them, I send them to you, and then I screenshot my response, right, to send it to them, right? And sometimes I like to check myself sometimes, and Mama does real good for me, and she sometimes goes, okay, babe, make sure, calm down, you know what I mean? Don't jump down their throats, right? And give them whatever and respond or think about it before we respond and whatever. But anyways, I get an email, right? This isn't big, but it's funny, right? And I look at it like, whatever. I'm going to read it just because. So this is based on a service report, right? And from last week or from earlier in the week, I think it was Monday or I don't know, whatever. But it goes, hi, John. Hi, not urgent, but the guest staying at the house said that the chlorine puck is getting small and is requesting a new one next week. Can we have it checked out next week during our regular service?
Me.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, right. So I'm responding and I'm about to hit send right now, right? So this is what I'm saying.
Careful.
Careful. So I'm putting this out here, and you tell me if I'm wrong, okay, or if I need to delete it.
Tone it down,
right? Because you know how I am, right? But so I said, hi, Faye. I go, we balance the pool based on what it needs. It gets filled accordingly at every visit based on what our testing dictates, temp of water and bather use. I wish chemistry, water balance, and safety was as easy as, quote unquote, the puck is getting small, it needs a new one. Please tell the guests, right? To let us worry about the pool. No, I'm not gonna put that at the end, but is that too harsh?
Personally, I would just leave it at the first statement.
I wish chemistry, water balance, and safety was as easy as the puck is getting small, the pool needs a new one.
That's the one I would strike.
Get rid of that. I don't know, man. You need to be able to, you have to send the message a little bit, right? You know what I mean? To let's say, hey, look, I've had conversations with people. Look, if we don't trust each other, right, we can't work with each other, right? If you're questioning or saying this or whatever, then let's just go. Let's just end it here amicably, shake hands, and move on. You hire us to be the pool. I am going to say thank you, Ken, for sure. I am going to say thank you. You hire us to take care of. I mean, come on now. This water, look, the water's like 65 degrees right now. Okay. And these people, like, she has a solar heater and it's barely even, keeping up.
But she probably doesn't know anything.
I know she doesn't know anything, so that's why I'm letting her know, right? Because don't waste my time with these messages. I don't know. Maybe I'm being.
Let's take a vote.
All right, let everybody know how. Should I leave the email as it is and add a thank you, or I'm going to also say if you have any questions or you want me to go a little bit more into detail, you can give me a call. But yeah, what should I do?
No one wants to touch this one. Come on, don't be
shy. Everybody's like, nope.
Okay.
So
I'm going to send it.
Anyways, but listen, puck boy.
Right.
Yeah. Listen,
your
puck
boy. Is getting small, bro.
Go put a puck in the puck holder.
Yeah. What's going to happen, right?
I'll puck you up for that.
This is like our last week of pucking it. You know what I mean?
So.
All right. That's it. I guess nobody
Nobody.
Listen, my whole
Well, that
networking.
means-
Look, this is
so
a
that
poor
means-
example.
That means
Look,
nobody's agreeing with you because nobody's telling you to send
no,
it.
let me know. We're talking about networking, right? And then being able to bounce
Nobody's
ideas off people and then
telling
do
you
this.
whether
And
you
here's a
should send it or
perfect
not.
example. I thought this would work perfectly, and then yet I guess I haven't networked
Silence.
well enough yet.
Radio silence.
Yeah. Okay.
That means that everybody is, afraid to tell you to send it. Yep. Nobody.
Okay.
Everybody's afraid. Joe.
That was my final thoughts. Zach,
That was your
final thoughts?
I'm just thankful that I've made it to the end here with you guys. No, I apologize if I was a little slower today, but I think it was really good stuff that we went through, and we have so much more that we're going to cover. So hopefully, maybe on the next episode, we can go through some more and kind of knock that out. But I do think networking is extremely important, and I guess it gets a little easier, and some people like really thrive on that stuff. And I mean, we both know Edgar, like, even when he says that some of it's uncomfortable, he still kills it, right? Like, he's just natural at conversing and ice breaking. It's still very awkward for me. Like, I sometimes wonder if people are like, this guy's weird when they're talking to me, because I am just a little bit socially awkward when it comes to that stuff, but I still do it, right? And I constantly have to get out of my comfort zone. And if I can do it, I think anyone can do it. But again, it just goes back to, like, you never know who you're going to cross in line at the HEB that a little conversation or something may turn into a tremendous opportunity. So that's my final thought.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but if you're going to grow, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And I know it's cliche and that everybody says that and all that kind of stuff, but it's the truth, right? You have to kind of get out of that comfort zone. You kind of have to do those things that you want to do if you're going to be able to grow. And it ties into the networking, right? Like, if you don't create those relationships within the networking, there's probably going to be a lot of opportunities that are just sitting out there. And I mean, you look at a lot of the people that we've connected with and that we've become friends with, that have become family, that we help each other all the time, are those that have gone to the events. Look at Benny. Let me give you a perfect example with Benny. Benny was a kid when we started very first Pool Nation Awards out here in Dallas, and he walked up and down our aisle. Kid looked like he was 12, right? And I joke, like 16 years old. But he came up and he started talking to us, right? And now he's kind of become part of, the Pool Nation family. He comes to a lot of the events. If he's got issues, he calls, and, all that kind of stuff. But it took him, that step to get out of his comfort zone. You talk about Chris Melee, you talk about Jordan, you talk about, all these people that we've become good friends with, that we've been able to kind of help as much as we can and stuff like that. It's because they got out of their comfort zone and they came. So what I will tell you this is, anybody that's coming to the Pool Nation conference, come up and say hi, introduce yourself, right? I know that sometimes it's awkward, but here's my challenge to everybody out there for this Pool Nation conference and for these Pool Nation awards, right? If you're coming all the way from somewhere far, or even close, but you see us and you're kind of thinking, should I say hi? Should I not say hi? What we want you to do is basically just come straight up to us and say, hey, listen to the networking podcast. Loved it. My name is such and such, and introduce yourself to us, right? And we will spend the time. You'll see that we spend most of the time just talking to the pool pros. But I'll tell you this, don't come all the way out there. Don't come from a different state all the way out there and then not take the chance because you feel that it's uncomfortable, right? Like, get out there, network with us. We'll bring you into the community. We'll connect you with other pool pros. So that's my final thoughts and my challenge to everybody.
Yeah, I got another one I'm going to read. No, we got to go. But I will take your advice. I will, Jeanette, I have the utmost respect for you. But you are an absolute sweetheart, though. And I am just a tiny bit more of a prick You know what I mean?
Abrasive. He's a little bit
A little bit
Yeah,
more
there you
abrasive.
go.
He's not
you
a
look-
prick. He's a
and
little
look,
abrasive
and look, and I'll
sometimes.
well, no, I mean,
And it's because I totally get it though.
this comes down to what we talk about, like, you know, where people take advantage of you, right? And you sometimes need to be able to, you need to be able to articulate it correctly. You need to be able to stand up, and, you know, if you are truly doing what you're supposed to do, you should have no shame in it, right? And our job is not as simple as how they look, right? How they think, you know, and that's my thing, and that's
But
what
that's
we've
a
been trying.
guest, right?
Yeah, it is a guess, but it's not a guess, but it's my client, right? That would even insult me with that email, right? You know what I mean? When we have done nothing but, and she knows what she had before, and, you know, the pool's perfect, right? It's perfect, and there is no issue with it, right? And it's like, but again, and it's just having that relate. Look, I'm going to read another one real quick. We got 2 minutes. This is going to be funny, right? And then Jeanette, you can see, right? Oh, John, I know you're that much of a prick, but I guess I am. But this is a response.
Abrasive.
Yeah, abrasive. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get a look, and this is me. I take over this account that years ago, we've had this pool for many, many years, but it was crap, and we did really well for them, and we take really good care of the pools that we take care of. And this is one that I take care of personally. So I get a message, and I sent this to you guys about a month or so back, but it was, "Good morning, John. We are currently away and have our neighbors keeping an eye on things." Okay, right? "He looked at our pool and mentioned 2 things to me. One, the pH has been consistently on the high side, 8.7, right? The pH, 8.7. Wow. Okay. 2, our pump appears to be running with air in the line. Could you take a look at that, please?" And I said, okay, right. Now this one, I bit my lip for a while and I had to think, but whatever. But anyways, I responded, "Good morning, Barry. I'm not sure where to even start with this conversation via text. To respond, it would take me 15 minutes to type out, and I'd be happy to answer any question with a phone call or when you are here next. Awesome to see your neighbor is a pool tech. To be honest, your neighbor's assessment is laughable, ignorant, and if I'm being real, is a little insulting. I have been servicing your pool for many years now. Are you not happy with how the way the pool looks? Are you questioning the work I'm doing and how I take care of it? Your pool is well taken care of and brought to balance every week I'm there. Anytime there's an issue that needs your attention, I always let you know. We need to have trust between us, and our trust must be mutual. If you have lost your trust in my abilities, I am truly sorry, and it is best we part ways. If you haven't lost trust, please thank your neighbor for keeping an eye out keeping an eye out for emergencies with the pool, but to leave my job to me." So that was my. I mean, I don't know. That maybe
you responded like that.
That's right here.
Yeah.
Look, that's exactly how I responded. You can read it, snapshot it, do what you want. So I get a response back, and I go, "I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean for this to be insulting. Not at all. As you know, my knowledge of pool chemistry is pretty much none. I have relied on you to maintain our pool for years, and you have done an outstanding job. I have no idea of what my neighbor's pool abilities are, but I know he is nothing like you. I have absolute faith and confidence in your ability to maintain my pool, and we don't want to change anything. We haven't been home for a few weeks, but I trust you to maintain our pool no matter what. Let's leave this in the past. I absolutely do not question your ability to maintain our pool and keep it looking good, because you have always done that for me. I hope you and Janie have had a great summer. We are back at the end of September, and I look forward to catching up with you then. Thank you so much, John."
And then you never got another text message, huh?
So am I wrong?
No, I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
I mean, so, but what?
You're more like kind of quick to like nip it, I guess.
I am, because again, look, my time is wasted over the years. I can't tell you how many countless hours I've wasted responding or talking or dealing with garbage, right? You know, things that, you know, where I failed as the company, not educating my customers enough, or building a trust between them maybe sometimes so that they don't have to feel that way. I take this as a learning as a lesson for myself, right? That, hey, I need to do a better job establishing, it's kind of like if someone said Edgar did that, and I'd be like, no, Edgar would never have done that, right? And dismiss it, or not, because I know Edgar, or I know who he is, or same with Zach or whatever. We have a relationship, we understand each other. Where I think where sometimes I got to do a better job, or something I didn't make them feel comfortable enough and trusted their neighbor, and stripping the pool or whatever he did, what I mean, saying that the pH is 8.7 or whatever.
I think it's just more of like in the moment, neighbor hits them up. They're like, oh yeah, I'll let John know. Like that. No.
It was It was the pH has been consistently on the high side of 8.7. Like consistently going over there and testing it or looking at it, right? But which was
it
not
8.7?
Absolutely, it doesn't even get to 8.7, bro. How do you even get to 8.7 without trying to get it to 8.7? I mean, seriously, think about it.
Yeah.
Check out this question.
Yeah. Have you ever had a client ask you to fire their No, I haven't. That's
I want to hear that story.
That's awkward. We want to hear. So everybody on here, Ken sends us a message. He goes, here's a question. Have you ever had a client ask you to fire the previous pool guy?
Like, sorry, bro, I'm taking over. You know what I mean? You gotta, no, that's awkward. And I feel bad because I
roll in and it's John servicing the pool and I got to fire John.
Right, imagine.
Because the pH has been 8.7.
John, your pH is at been consistently at 8.7, so I have to let you go. I'm taking over. So, anyways,
bizarre. But anyways,
guys, we can keep going. Fun. That was funny.
It humanizes us, right? Look, we all go through it.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, anyways, gentlemen, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great weekend. John, Zach, I'm sure you will hear from me today. Let's see what we got. I've had multiple calls to ask me for advice on how to fire their previous pool company. Well, it's a common thread. We might need to talk about that. So anyways, everybody have a great weekend. We will catch everybody live next Wednesday on the Instagram Live, me and John, and we'll catch everybody. We'll start to catch everybody at Jeanette is saying, by the way, it was 7.8, not 8.7. So anyways, big shout out to everybody out there. Ken, we love you too. Looking forward to seeing you next week at the Pool Nation Conference at the PSP Expo. This is my favorite time of the year when we get to kind of hang out with everybody. And this year, John, Zach, it's going to be a lot longer than just 3 days. So anyways, have a great one. Catch you next week. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or poolnationpodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at pool.nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to poolinvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. PoolmanUniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on business, service, water chemistry, and repairs.